Howdy everyone in YouTube land. Ilchate, Gross aus Texas. Hey everybody, I wanted to make this video because it's just something that I really think that we need to talk about, especially when we're only down to maybe 22 days or so before the election. So if you haven't done so, this is something I'm going to encourage you to do. And plus, I want you to put some thought into this question. Which firearm is the best when I show you these three firearms, okay? Now mind you guys, these firearms are merely representations. It's the general broad type of firearm I'm going to show you, okay? So I want you to remember that question, which one is best, okay? All right, first one we're going to show you guys, pistol. Doesn't matter, guys, if it's semi-automatic, 40 cal, 9mm, 45, whatever, okay? Revolver, okay? It doesn't matter. If you don't have a pistol and you don't have the other two firearms, I want you to think about these guys, okay? Now, pros. I'm going to tell you pros about each one of these firearms. And don't worry, guys, I've already checked it, okay? I know it's safe. I know there's nothing in there, okay? So, and there's no mag, all right? So anyway, pros on each one of these firearms, okay, guys? Pros on this one. It's concealable, all right? You can stick it in your shirt. You can stick it in your trousers. You can stick it on an ankle. One friend of mine that I was watching his YouTube videos, and he was talking about this is probably the most purchased firearm for people that are prepping because it's easy to carry. You can add more mags. This is a 15-round 40 cal mag. It's just his overall favorite. So he's listed this as the most acquired firearm by preppers. Not this particular model or this caliber, guys. He's just saying small pistol, revolver / semi-automatic firearm, sidearm, okay? All right, there's that one. Pros, like I said, it's easy concealable. You can carry more ammunition in it. You can probably carry more mags and a few other things, okay? It's probably the one that if you encounter in a bad situation, it's going to probably be this one, okay? Next one. Shotgun, 12 gauge preferably, guys. 20 gauge is fine, 410 is fine, okay? Reason this thing, I really like my 12 gauge, guys. This one is pretty much set up for home defense or what I call homestead defense. What I like about the 12 gauge shotgun, hey, let me tell you something, folks. Nothing says get than that sound right there. Trust me, a lot of us who carry this firearm on our property have had it bump go in the middle of the night in their house, has cleared a lot of places just by doing that, okay? Now, the thing I like about this, guys, is you can use different various rounds. Bird, as long as they're all the right gauge, guys, like this is 12 gauge. Bird shot. By the way, take about 2 shots. We're saying guys here. Bird shot. Double-aught buck. Okay, double-aught buck. One of my favorite ones I like is what I call the sabot round. Okay, which is a solid piece of chunk of metal flying at your direction, okay? Equivalency, my friends tell me, of about 50 caliber. So, people ask me why, I'm gonna show you this right here, guys. People ask me why I do this. And I simply tell them because if birdshot doesn't clear an attacker out or get them to go away or something like that because they're on PCP or meth, the next one that comes out, I can pull it right out of my little cartridge sock here, load it into the chamber right here, okay? I'm gonna let it fall out because I don't want it to actually load while I'm showing you this, and select that one. In other words, I can select what I want, pulling this back like this, and just load it directly in. Okay, I can still have the ones in the tube and still do that. Takes a little practice, but practice, guys, with your firearm. Okay, practice always. All right. Now, cost of this one. Let's talk about cost a little bit too while we're doing this. Cost of this one between $350 on up, okay, depending on which model, which caliber, a few other things. Everybody has their personal preference, and that's fine, okay? I don't care what you shoot, what caliber, as long as you're proficient with it, okay? Now, again, the 12 gauge. Cost on this one was, believe it or not, was $200. You can go to gun shows and some gun shops and wheel and deal a little bit, and you'd be amazed what you come out with a well-working 12 gauge pump action shotgun. This one happens to be what they call a Mossberg Maverick 88. This was a friend of mine, I believe, got me this one after I had a little incident one night when I first moved out here at my little prepper haven out here and my farm, and somebody at 4 o'clock in the morning decided to come bang on my door. I thought it was one of my drunk friends, you know, yeah, what do you want? And then I didn't hear anything. except the sound of crickets. Went to the door and nobody was there. So I know it wasn't dreaming, guys. I know it wasn't, you know, having a dream or anything like that. There was somebody banging on my door. How do I know this for sure? Because if you saw the place I was living at, you would know there'd be no doubt about it. It was tiny. Okay? Again, 12-gauge shotgun, $200 or less. Variable loads in the correct gauge you're using. Anything from birdshot, double-aught buck, to solid rounds, sabot rounds, whatever you want. There's even more lethal ones coming out pretty soon, as long as they don't get an executive order banning them. Okay? Cost $200 on up. The next one. I don't care what you call this, guys. We're going to say Kalashnikov. We're going to say a firearm with detachable magazine. I don't like the word assault weapon or assault rifle because it's just not correct. I don't care who you are, it's not correct. Okay? This is not an assault weapon, but we're not going to go into that lecture, okay? Why is that? 30 round mags. That's what they're saying makes it an assault weapon. No. I'm saying 30 rounds of ass whooping, freedom loving, butt kicking, get out of my damn property, get out of my door. You just take your damn communist and socialist rules and get the hell out, okay? That's what I'm saying. All right, cost of this. I'm going to sit there and say this, guys. It doesn't matter whether you shoot an AR, an AK, or a SCAR or whatever. Have you noticed prices on them if you've paid attention? AKs have gone up. ARs have kind of come down, but I'm going to say that probably within 22 days, there might be a panic buy. So kind of watch your price, and that can go anywhere. For all we know, guys, they may sit there and say, okay, we've got so many days to get rid of all these because we're going to sign, the president's going to sign an executive order stating that no more online firearm sales, no more online ammunition sales, blah, 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 blah. So we may see prices fluctuate. Some people may want to dump these things and just get rid of them because they don't want to be caught with a bunch of merchandise on their hand. The price may go get jacked up because of gouging. None of us have a crystal ball, so who knows? I am very fortunate that all my Kalashnikovs that I have, that I bought them years ago. Some I traded for. One was a present. I'm going to honestly say this, folks. Not one of them did I ever pay more than $350 for. This Romanian Wasser out the door for less than $300. Okay? 450, I'm sorry, 450, which is the Saiga. And some wheeling and dealing. Okay? But these right here, guys, have gone up in price a lot. ARs have come down. And I don't care which one that you decide to use, guys, AR or AK, either one. I'm going to say either one. Now, if you can afford all three of these, that's great. Reason why, you got 3 people in your family, okay? Listen to this line of thought. For let's just say for distance, and plus you got to spread a lot of lead, as I like to call it, or spread a lot of love, okay? This one, okay? Medium range, can sling a lot of lead down range. This one, okay? Short range, spread a lot of lead with this one, okay? Especially if you're using birdshot or double-aught buck that's got 8 pellets in it. If you can get all 3, guys, outstanding. You just armed 3 people in your group. Do you see my tactic about short range, spread a lot of lead, minimum range, spread a lot of lead, longer range, spread a lot of lead? You get my point? I'm just saying this, guys. It's important that you have at least 1. If you can have 2, awesome. If you can buy all 3, you just arm 3 people in your group or your family. I just think it's important that you really put a lot of consideration in this as to which one you get. Make sure, though, make sure it's the best one for you. Now, how you know which one's the best one? Which one feels right in your hands? Which one that you're comfortable with? And the one that you're most familiar with is the best firearm out there for you. Make sense? Questions, comments, leave them below. I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse, out here. I'll see you next time.